So today on the blog, we're going to do something a little different than we have recently. If you caught the video the other day, we received some 2D terrain from Dicey Ventures, which is a pretty cool company that makes terrain for RPG games. And we mentioned in that we had also purchased one of their 3D files. What do you call them?
Yeah, it's a 3D file. For the Dicey Venture 2D stuff, I think I'll link it up above. But they also have 3D files that you STL files. Yeah, that you can purchase and download for all of their different terrain packs. They have different settings, different types of houses and things, and we ended up purchasing the fortifications pack. And so what does a fortification one looks like?
So it's like gates and walls and towers and things to create fortifications around a town.
So we'll put a picture up of that.
Yeah, so we've just pulled it off the printer and it's not very pretty yet.
Not pretty right now.
But this is the gate. So you may be like, that doesn't look like a gate. But there are a lot of supports that are built in when you're 3D printing so that it doesn't fall while you're printing. I mean,
so there's a lot of overhang. And yeah, for a 3D printer, it needs something
to support it if it's going to be up in the air. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this lovely 3D printed model that just came off. Eric is going to attempt to get it off without breaking it.
Yes.
One. Then he's going to clean it up, take all the supports, the raft off, everything, basically clean everything up so that it actually looks like the model.
And then we'll see how it looks.
And then we'll see how it looks, and we will go from there. So, did I get everything?
You got everything. You got everything. The big thing is, once again, getting this off the build plate without breaking anything.
Which happens from time to time, which would be really sad because it took about, what, 36 hours to print?
It did, because we did a medium quality. And that's something, I'm curious to see what a high quality would look like. But since this has, when you print something, you can go quality-wise, but you can also add infill, which is what's built inside. To make it solid on the inside. So you could print something completely hollow, it would have an outside shell, but then it would be air on the inside. This has what, like 20%.
20% infill. So it basically just gives it more rigid support. So you can't just like crush it with your hand. It's not an egg. I probably
can still crush it with my hand.
Fine.
All right.
Don't crush it with your hand.
Let's take it off the build plate. Let's remove these supports and see how it looks.
Yep.
Just finished cleaning it up. It wasn't that much of a pain to pull off supports. Supports can sometimes just take forever. But this was a really nice build, so taking the supports off was... No, it took what, maybe 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, considering how much of a mess it was.
It was a mess. And I was going to say, through the magic of the internet and video, we suddenly have... Ooh. You know how on cooking shows they do like, let's put it in the oven and bake for 45 minutes.
Right,
and then they take it out. Yeah, that was what I was feeling. Can I see one thing though?
Yeah. Oh, I thought... So, I mean, here, let's see if we can get it a little closer so you guys can actually see some detail. It's actually really nice. It's really nice. You have the little beams here. Here you have some bricks sticking out, and if you can see here, it's like an indentation.
To show you, just
sure, for scale.
So here is a regular size miniature
for
scale. So you can see, you can get probably 3 abreast.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 abreast in this gate. It's a pretty nice gate.
I like it.
Entryway, whatever you want to call it.
And this is one of, I don't know how many pieces. And remember, the STL files are not one use and done.
We could print 1,000.
We could print 1,000 of these.
That would take a really long time.
It would, but this could make a really nice, like, huge fort.
Well, that was my concept is once we start printing the walls, I can make as many walls as I want to make the fortress as big as I want, and then I'll just need some gates and things.
See, I really enjoy, I mean, we don't have that much 3D terrain. We have some stuff for Warhammer, which is really nice. But the thing with that is you purchase it and you're done. That's just it. With a 3D file, you can just print them over and over again. And 3D printers now are fairly cheap.
I don't know if fairly cheap is the word.
A couple of $100 you can get a really good 3D printer now.
Alright.
So, I mean,
that's fairly
we
cheap.
have an Ultimaker 2 Plus, but for 3D printers have really come down in price. And if, you know, wargaming or terrain is kind of your thing,
It's a good alternative.
Factor in the cost, man. Just knowing that you can 3D print stuff. Okay, so now that this is cleaned up and ready to go, this doesn't look so fancy.
Well, it's very white.
Right.
Now.
So
Eric is going to prime it, and I'm going to paint it, and we will come back and show you the actual finished product.
That's the word you're looking for.
We'll show you the actual finished product, so I'm going to try to get all of this painted this afternoon. But Eric has to prime it first, so I'm going to hand this to you. You're going to go do that, and we will check back in after I've had a chance to do a little painting.
All right.
I'm excited.
Let's get the airbrush.
Let's do it. We have a special guest with us because it is thunderstorming outside, and he needs to be very close to us if there's a thunderstorm.
Very true.
So
she's talking about me.
Yeah,
I need to be
Thunder
close.
Buddies for life right here. That's so true.
Yeah.
So here we are. It actually looks pretty cool on camera.
It looks amazing.
So I'm gonna admit that we're doing a little movie magic, and I've only painted half of it. I'm covered in paint right now. Because it is taking much longer than I anticipated to paint it. There's just...
I mean, it's not taking that long.
A miniature is this big.
Right.
That is that big. That is very different size.
Right, but I don't think it's taken you that long. I mean, it's been, how long has it been?
About an hour.
An hour. That is amazing for an hour.
So I need another hour. But we also need dinner, and I would like to eat food at some point today. I'm hungry. So yeah, so the back side is still pretty plain. I did a little pre-painting of it, and there's definitely a whole lot more details
I like
that are gonna get done.
The brickwork.
But Eric really likes the brickwork.
Did you? Okay, no, it looks really good. I like you added the little white lines to bring out the detail.
A little bit of border in there to make it pop, and I wanted the roof to be dark, but it has a little depth of color to it with some blues and some reds. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the print.
Yeah, I mean the
quality is excellent.
Fantastic. Once we got all the supports off, it shined through, and you can just see, and it just looked great. Painting it, so what I did was I just airbrushed it gray with a gray primer.
Yeah.
And then Emma just came in and started just painting detail.
All over the place.
It's really hard to tell this is 3D printed once you throw paint on this.
And we could even do a lacquer coat if you want it to be shiny. And
I wouldn't do shiny. I will definitely put a matte, close everything off. But if you look at it, can you tell that it's 3D printed?
It looks like I'm awesome. No, you can, because you can see the striations in the roof.
Sure. But
yeah,
that's in a well-lit room.
That's true.
But you really have to like look at it from a distance. I'm assuming from what they can see. So
this is, that's true. So this is actually the largest printed miniature that I have ever painted. However, so this was a question that came up on Instagram today when we posted that this was printing, that the only other large size thing we've ever printed are these, which are cup holders that go on the sides of our gaming table, so that we have a place to put drinks. These are obviously not printed. I mean, not painted.
I actually designed this.
Eric designed this himself. He came up with it. It's not super
but it works. We have these little metal, like what are they, metal cups?
They're cups, yeah.
That go inside of this, and then it holds.
And it holds a drink. But yeah, so that's the only other large scale thing that we've ever printed. So this, I would say, is the most complex large scale thing we have ever printed. We've obviously printed a lot of stuff, like all of our Catan tiles are 3D printed. Right. Maybe that's the first miniatures that I ever painted. Maybe. We were trying to decide what the first miniature was that I ever painted, and I don't know.
But so it might be Catan. But this is, I think there's going to be a lot more 3D printing going on now that Emma is into D&D. And
if you can't hear in the background, the 3D printer is currently going as we're talking.
I can't see what it is.
Eric's not allowed to see because it's for the campaign. So I'm going to be printing a bunch of stuff, painting a bunch of stuff. He's going to teach me how to airbrush so that I can airbrush the primers so he's not spoiled by anything. But yeah, so I would say this was a pretty productive day with this really getting underway, and I'm really happy with the design. You know, before when we talked about it, I thought it was a little cartoony. I don't feel like it's very cartoony.
No, especially with the colors.
I think it's the color choice that makes it feel not so cartoony, which means I could very easily see this working for my D&D campaign.
Yeah.
I could very easily see this in a Warhammer campaign.
Yeah, this is...
Like, I see this being very useful. Like, wouldn't this be cool in Warhammer if you just, like, had it out in the desert and you have, like, a dude who's standing behind it? I wonder, do the Space Marines fit through it?
We'll grab a Poxwalker. I mean, they're smaller.
This one because I think he's cool. So here's one of the Poxwalkers. Yeah, he definitely fits through. I'm thinking some of the taller Primaris ones, maybe not.
No, the taller ones will. It's the flying ones, obviously, but they would be able to jump over it.
True.
So once again, Dicey Ventures has come through,
man.
Big time.
Well done.
Not only is there 2D terrain,
excellent.
3D.
The 3D is pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I gotta finish painting it, but like I said, it will get done, not right this second. So I'm glad I could at least show you what I want the finished product to look like on both sides, and you can use your imagination.
And once again, if I haven't pointed out, which I believe I did, this is just one piece of the fortification.
Yeah, the fortifications, there's walls, there's towers.
There's another one of these that has like a full closed gate.
Like, there's a whole lot of other pieces, and so I have to make sure I remember to do this theme so that they all work together.
Yeah, that's the important
part. So anyway, all right, so I think that is going to be it for us for today. If you have any questions about 3D printing, about miniatures, about terrain, about painting, I'm always happy to talk about painting. Eric's always happy to talk about painting. He is the resident expert,
I guess. Or even once again, Dicey Ventures, which we will link below, or put the code. It's 10% off.
It's 10% off Dicey Ventures.
The 2D terrain, I believe it is.
Is it just the 2D terrain?
I actually didn't check it out.
Try it on everything.
Try everything. But it is 10% off. Just put that code in. Get some 2D terrain or 3D terrain.
Or if you have a 3D printer, pick up some 3D terrain.
So worth it.
So worth it. All right. I hope you guys had a great day. Hopefully your day's going better than Dexter's is, and there isn't any thunder or lightning where you are.
Thunder buddies.
We're gonna go make sure Dex is feeling better, and I'm gonna go make some dinner. So have a great night, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.
That too. Bye, guys.
Bye.